HTML, it's a very easy topic, right? Those will be completed within a week. CSS, which is are required for all to do the thing, many colors, animations and everything, that will be completed within 3 to 4 days. Finally, JavaScript and TypeScript will be 1 week. So all our 2 months course will be completed. But first month we will complete C#, SQL, .NET Core, Web API, and doing the server development, right? That we will be completing, right? After that, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript will be completed within 2 weeks. That's not more than that, right? Only the thing is the 1 hour which we will daily do the class, right? That definitely will going to impact the whole day to practice, right? So that is the most important point here. The whole day you need to practice the 1 hour session. That is how it will be. Knowledge is very heavy, but finally the outcome will be very, very heavy. So you will be acting like the experienced person. What I see, right? You will be acting like an experienced person. That is for sure. That is why, see, now we are going for a job means definitely you need to understand the same scenario, right? How the job works. How job works actually, and how you need to take care of the daily roles and responsibilities. That is the main aim after the end of the day, right? So let's start the first session, which is very important session, which will cover the whole computer network subject of all the computer science graduates. And please let me know whether anyone, like, is my screen and audio is both are clear to you or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Fine.
Okay, done. So now let's talk about any website. Okay, Amazon only, which is a famous .com domain. So now you see, I just open this website. You can open any website. You can open our admin bytesplash.in, which we only develop. So now, for example, see, everything is clear. So now this is developed by some application like, so basically, this is a drop down. I want to select the resource. If you go to registration form, go to register. I want to select only this or this, which is an acceptance of the radio, yes or no. This might be yes and this might be yes. Only one will be selected. Now I want to pick the date, right? It will be DDMMYY. 1 second. It's MMDDYY by default. If you want to change, you can change. Now I have the options. I want to select. Again, I want to select the district. Now if I can type here, suggested will come. This is one thing. Again, I can able to select only. I cannot type. This is the second one. It's a list, right? I can have the button which will generate the next identity number automatically. So these all the fields which is developed using HTML, hypertext markup language. Now you are talking about JNTU results or anything, right? Definitely without HTML, the skeleton will not be ready. So any application or any Android application or any web application without this skeleton, you cannot fill even login OTP also. You know that. So the basic thing in the industry with web knowledge is basic thing. Anyone can expect the same. Even in our college graduation, there is a computer net like web technology subject as a subject. First, we have these concepts as HTML. So now when I put mouse here, it is hovered. It's in blue color, which is like our logo color kind of. Again, whenever I'm coming out of it, moving out of it, someone is listening to that and telling that you didn't fill that. So that's why in red color. You got my point. Someone is listening that, and after listening, they see there is no value of that, and see you already visited that, but you didn't fill any value. That is why it's required red. It's in danger. It should not move ahead with the next field. You cannot able to submit. You got my point. You cannot able to submit. You visited that, but you didn't fill that. You got my point. That is in red color. Again, if you try to submit, it will say all fields required. This is an intelligence. This intelligence comes with JavaScript. Now these colors and all will comes with cascading style sheets. This is a combination of the web. My point. ఈ కాంబినేషన్ లేకపోతే there is no what కమ్యూనికేషన్ విత్ ద సర్వర్. మనం ఇప్పుడు సర్వర్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుందాం, నో ఇష్యూస్. బట్ వెబ్ ఈస్ డెవలప్డ్ విత్ HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML and CSS, no need of compilation because those are markup. Whatever you write, that will display as it is, right? Browser have the HTML parsers. Compilers కాదు అవి. కంపైలర్స్ అంటే లాజికల్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఇవి పార్సర్స్, ఉన్నదాన్ని జస్ట్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా చేయడం పార్సింగ్. బ్రౌజర్ హ్యావ్ దట్ capability. కాబట్టి if you open any HTML page, right? See, this is sample Chrome HTML document. Means sample Chrome HTML document ఎందుకు? sample edge HTML document అవ్వచ్చు కదా, because my default browser in my system is Chrome. See, any HTML document if you open, that will be HTML documents will open in browser only. There is no specific installation for the HTML, right? All the colors and everything will be passed by the browser only. Browser will have inbuilt HTML parsers. Now మీరు JNT results కి వెళ్తారు, you know JNT results, or even now this one also you're trying to submit it. It will load for some time and it will get back the response and the table will be displayed. Table display అవుద్ది కదా, you know that. ఆ టేబుల్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది? That is coming from somewhere, that is coming from server. Got my point? ఆ సర్వర్ నుంచి వచ్చింది. That server is developed by, I will show you the PowerPoint so that which I already written, so that you can see that. See, that server is developed by Java, .NET, Python, C, C++, Golang, PHP, Perl, etc. That front end is developed by HTML, CSS, JavaScript, where browser can understand. Now on top of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, we will learn Angular or React. .NET is always compatible with Angular. We will learn Angular along with that. Now priority of the learning will goes to the backend, which is server. It will not be visible for your naked eye, but whenever you are trying to log in, whenever you are trying to do something, whenever you are trying to fill registration form and submit, background call will go to the server. This is the browser. Any browser you go, click and right click here and you see the network. You see everything will be network traffic only. You need to access that using your internet balance, right? Whatever the data that is coming, that is detecting from your network balance. Now see here, in order to load this page, right? In order to load this page, it is 378 bytes of size is required to transfer over the network. From your internet balance, 378 bytes is removed. Now in order to open this file, network, it used 18.6 kilobytes. If you want to download a resume, if I want to download a resume, go to candidate, select any resume, Dasari Madhava. So if you see, it's 32.7 kilobytes. It's 1209 kilobytes, means 1.2 MB. You got my point? Or 1.1 MB. So this is calculated and this is reduced from your internet. If any browser, if you see any browser, go to amazon.com. Com means commercial, worldwide, but most of the American.com domains will be attached to American. So you see the dollar here, if I'm not wrong. If you see .in, it's an Indian domain. Rupees will be there always. Rupees will be there. So Bytesplash also .in. So now I will tell you after that, okay? See here, network is loading like anything. It's using almost much, right? See, 3757 request, 7.71 transferred from that. Again, 13.1 MB resources you are using, some like JPG files and all, right? Content loaded in 3.02 seconds. The full loading time will be 5.74 seconds. If you go to that particular memory and take the snapshot, take heap snapshot, the whole that Amazon homepage which is loaded, that is almost taking 59 MB, because there are many images, right? Every image will have some size. Go here, take this, select an element and hover on that. See this image, if you see, right, you can able to go through that and see the plain image. See this image size is almost, we can able to guess from here itself on hovering. See, 25.3 kilobytes. It is stored in the form of zeros and ones. Computer will work in zeros and ones only at the end of the day. I will crack you that, no issue. You can understand now only. So ఈ విధంగా మీ నెట్వర్క్ బ్యాలెన్స్ అయిపోతుంది. సో every website that is developed by some of these technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript and Angular or React, right? But the server which is, background that is representing might be Java or .NET most of the time, not Python. Python is for artificial intelligent libraries development and everything. అందుకే కదా GPUs ఇప్పుడు వరకు లేనిది లక్షల GPUs అలాన్ మస్క్ ఈస్ ఇంపోర్టింగ్ అవర్ ఇండియన్ నేషనల్ ఇన్ఫర్మాటిక్ సెంటర్ ఈస్ ఇంపోర్టింగ్ ఫర్ అవర్ జెన్ ఏఐ ఇండియన్ జెన్ ఏఐ అంటే ఎందుకు? బికాస్ Python is very slow. They want to run smoothly with the billions of the devices which are semiconductors of the silicon chips where it can run faster than anything parallel computation, right? Java.NET, bank applications, payment gateways, Razorpay, UPI, BillDesk, anything that might be running on Java.NET. Paytm is still running on Java. They might be migrating also to .NET in upcoming. Why to .NET? I will tell you. Now we are on the platform of .NET. So now if I talk about something, go to fashions. Now I am trying to do. So what I want to do, for example, everything is an advertisement. Go to under 199, fashion jewelry. So limited time deal, that's fine. Go through this. Now I am doing add to cart. So add to cart, if I do add to cart, if I log in, right, it will be still there for me. If I log in, if it will be still there. But login means when it will come. The thing is, you should be having some username and password and you should have some account. Then it will be stored in the server side. Right? It will be stored in the server side. That will be processed with some logics. That is nothing but a programming language where it will process. So ఇప్పుడు count ఎంత ఇక్కడ 1. It is stored in some container that's having some type. అది number store చేయాలా, true or false, boolean store చేయాలా. It's having some type of the data. It will segregate. Or they want to store the characters. It's a type of data string. It's having some data types. Again, it should be, నేను ఇప్పుడు హోంవర్క్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు ఇది యాక్టివ్ లో ఉంది, ఇది ఎల్లోలో ఉంటది. అదర్వైజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ యాక్టివ్ మీన్స్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ బి దేర్ ఇన్ yellow. అంటే ఏంటి? yes or no. I want to check the conditions, if and else condition. Now see here, it is printing more than one item with the same style, with the same stars and but with different values. Means we are doing the same operation for multiple times. We are repeating it, iteration. It's a for loop, right? There are logics. That logics will as core logics. We will call as core Java, core Python, core C#, core PHP, core Golang, core Perl, core Ruby, like that, right? We learn these core concepts to do the mathematical evaluation and the conditional checking. Ante, that is what core. Finally, using that core concepts, you will develop these advanced concepts, communication with the database, storing somewhere and loading the pages and everything. So దాని advanced concepts అంటాం, which will develop the some sort of application which is an outcome. You got it? దానికోసం దాన్ని advanced concepts అంటాం. If you talk about HTML and CSS and JavaScript, you say it's a core. But Angular or React is an advanced framework or a library which we can able to include HTML, CSS and JavaScript to develop this. You got my point? But if you talk about Python, Java, .NET, C++, we'll call as core concepts to build the logics. మీరు ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి ఎంటర్ చేశారు, @gmail.com ఉంటేనే కదా దట్ షుడ్ బి వ్యాలిడ్. దట్ షుడ్ బి టెస్టెడ్ బై స్ట్రింగ్ ఆపరేషన్స్. దాన్ని టెస్ట్ చేయాలి కదా, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి వ్యాలిడ్ ఆర్ నాట్, ఎల్స్ ఇట్ విల్ షో ఇన్వాలిడ్ క్రెడెన్షియల్స్. I will log out here. I will try to wrong email ID. It should tell you that invalid username or password, right? It should tell you. It should find account not found. It should be doing. ఇది నీకు కనిపించాలంటే ఇది ట్రూ ఆర్ ఫాల్స్, దాని స్టేటస్. ఇట్స్ సక్సెస్ అయితే గ్రీన్, ఇట్స్ ఫాల్స్ అయితే రెడ్. యూ నీడ్ టు డిస్ప్లే కలర్ఫుల్లీ ఆల్సో సో దట్ యూజర్ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్, రైట్? ఇవంతా సిఎస్ఎస్ లో ఉంటుంది. బట్ ద లాజిక్ ఆల్సో విల్ బి దేర్ ఇన్ ద బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఇన్సైడ్ ద C#, .NET and Java. So that is why server is important. ఇప్పుడు మొత్తం మనము ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ లోనే చేసే పని అయితే go and view the page source. You have the plain HTML document data, okay, always. That is not good. మీకు సర్వర్ సపరేట్గా ఉండాలి. మీరు లాగిన్ అయ్యి దాన్ని యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి, లేదంటే మీకు పేజ్ సోర్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. విల్ గెట్ సంథింగ్, మీరు హ్యాక్ చేయొచ్చు. సర్వర్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకు 2-way అథెంటికేషన్, లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి, ఓటీపీ ఎంటర్ చేయాలంటే దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్, రైట్? If someone is storing you and sending some laptops for every, for example, Ambani is giving free laptops on the occasion of Geo anniversary. It's wrong. That might be having only HTTP URL. HTTP ఇలా ఉంటుంది URL. దాన్ని మీరు యాక్ట్ చేస్తే ఓకే దిస్ ఈస్ నాట్ సేఫ్, యూ వాంట్ టు ప్రొసీడ్ ఇట్ ఆర్ నాట్ అని అడుగుద్ది కదా, మీన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ ఎ ఫాల్స్ యూఆర్ఎల్. మీరు వాట్సాప్లో కానీ ఎప్పుడు కానీ హెచ్టిటిపిఎస్ అయితే ఓకే, హెచ్టిటిపి యూ షుడ్ నాట్ యాక్సెప్ట్. హెచ్టిటిపి అంటే నేను కూడా ఐ కెన్ ఆల్సో క్రియేట్ సమ్ డమ్మీ యూఆర్ఎల్ సో దట్ యూ కెన్ ఫీల్ దట్ ఇట్స్ ఒరిజినల్ ఫేస్బుక్ page, so that you can fill the data. First time I will get, second time it will rewrite to the original Facebook page. Meantime, I will log into your account, I will hack your account, right? I can have the tools like many things from different operating systems, Kali Linux, like kind of. I can do that. Be always careful with that. You should have this lock symbol whenever you are doing some operation. It should have this lock symbol. Connection is secure. Then only it is the genuine and verified thing. It is having some certificate, right? If it is not secure, then don't go with that. Have you understand till this point? We'll go to the next step, guys. మీ అందరికి అర్థమైంది ఎంతవరకు the basics of the web?
Yes, sir.
Nitin, tell me, Nitin, any doubts? Malleshwari?
No, I don't have any doubt. Just I understand.
Okay. Chakradhar?
Yes, sir. I can answer.
Okay. I think Naveen is clear because, yeah, computer science student. Okay, we'll move forward to the next step. Okay. So now, just try to understand how our net balance will be clear and how our communication might happen, right? Whenever I enter admin.bytesplash.in, right? Or even facebook.com or bytesplash.in, right? So now the thing is, this is bytesplash.in domain. We want to buy it. There are some GoDaddy, some kind of, there are some also, Amazon also will buy you, Amazon AWS domains also will go, Google domains also you can buy. Mostly GoDaddy is the company where from 1995 it's there. So if you just enter bytesplash.in, you can search if you want, because at the first time also I searched, right, the same way. It's already taken and it is used. The another one which is available, first you want to buy that. .com domains always very costly. .in domains will be almost 699 you will get. Okay, you need to buy every, so there are many domains for me. I just need to renew anyway. You need to buy. So every year you want to renew that subscription. For example, it is saying first year only 3-year term. If you take 3 years, first year you will get 1 rupee. Bytesplash.co.in. irctc.co.in is there, right? co.in is the domain. .in is a domain. .com is a domain. .org is a domain. Everything is a domain, right? I just bought bytesplash.in so that I can have n number of subdomains. Admin.bytesplash.in, filtration.bytesplash.in, right? Registration.bytesplash.in, lms.bytesplash.in. These are my subdomains. I can, create n number of, right? This is what. Now, if you talk about the Gmails, now I already bought the domains. All my domains will be @bytesplash.in, sagar.goal@bytesplash.in, right? sagar.goal@wipro.com. So if you buy domain, then only you will get this particular email IDs. For that, you can take the Microsoft 365 or the Google account with the domain validation. Every company will have the same. Whenever you logged in, whenever you joined a company, within 1 day, within morning itself, you can get the credentials. It's like a creation operation, right? Administration portal, it's already admin. I can create for you also, but for every person which I am creating will be charged monthly. You got my point? Everything you can able to access. That is the domain. Now in this world, whatever you enter, right, that is having some address. You see there is a mobile number in our phone. You just save Malleshwari as your mobile number. When I click Malleshwari, it will go to Malleshwari only, not Naveen, because internally there is a mobile number mapped. The same way we will call as some IP address. You might remember this word, but I will tell you. IP lookup we have. a website, you can see the IP lookup, instant IP lookup. Go and check this. What is the, it's 68 dot. Because I know, that's why I'm telling you, but fine. This website is waste. Go to another website. IP address lookup. Let's see now. Yeah, this will get. See here, as I told you, 68.178.157.98. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ IP అడ్రస్ లొకేషన్ ఎక్కడ? It's registered in Singapore. Basically, it's my server is there in Singapore, but it will connect with GoDaddy LLC from Indian service provider, right? From Indian, because it's registered in India, and that will connect with the United States. Finally, it will go to 68.178.157.98. Right? See, Singapore is the main location for me, which my server is there. Asli location chendo chapta, no problem. You heard Google data center, Facebook data center, London, itla vinnar kada. You see the data centers, right? Now these data centers are nothing but this IP address hubs where all the companies' data and the servers are running. You got my point? Data centers avi. Data centers ekkada ela they are communicating ane chapta. So whenever I just copy this IP address, okay, then first whenever I enter bytesplash.in, first it will route to this particular IP address. IP address కెళ్ళి తర్వాత అది డేటా తీసుకొచ్చి అది లోడ్ చేస్తుంది, రైట్? దానికి చేసిన దానికి ఖర్చు ఎంత? 1 MB. బికాస్ నాకు ఇక్కడ యానిమేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇమేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇదంతా మీ నెట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ నుంచి డిటెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. యూ గాట్ మై పాయింట్? దట్ విల్ బి డిటెక్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ నెట్ బ్యాలెన్స్. గో అండ్ ఇన్స్పెక్ట్, రైట్ క్లిక్, go to network tab. I will try to refresh, okay? Let's see how much data it's consumed to load this page. ఇంతవరకు అయిపోయింది కదా? So now see, 3.1 MB transferred, 20.4 MB resources are utilized. ఇక్కడ చాలా ఉన్నాయి, నాకు ఇమేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, చాలా ఉన్నాయి అన్నమాట. అంటే ఇన్ని రోజెస్ యూటిలైజ్ అయ్యాయి, 20.4 MB రిసోర్సెస్. నౌ జస్ట్ కౌంట్ ఇట్ 1 by 1, రైట్? ఇది మెమరీ క్యాషీ, దిస్ ఈస్ ద క్యాషీ. బేసికల్లీ క్యాషీ మీన్స్ 20 MB అయితే నాకు ఖర్చు అవ్వాలా, మోస్ట్లీ నాకు 3.1 MB ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అయింది కాబట్టి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఖర్చు అంతా మై నెట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఈస్ డిడక్టెడ్ బై 3.1 MB ఫర్ 1 రిఫ్రెష్. యూ గాట్ మై పాయింట్? సో ఇంత ఖర్చు అయింది నాకు. యూ గాట్ మై పాయింట్? ఇదంతా మనం చెక్ చేయొచ్చు, బట్ స్టిల్ ఇట్స్ అన్ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ కాన్సెప్ట్, బట్ ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ టెల్లింగ్ యూ దిస్ వే. సో ఆ 3.1 MB ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి? నౌ దట్ ఈస్ ద నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్, రైట్? ఏ వెబ్సైట్ అయినా, ఏ ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అయినా, ఎనీథింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ బికాస్ you have the internet balance. If you don't have internet balance, it will say you don't have much something to transfer or download. Download chesina anta, that will be detected from your net balance. We'll try to calculate that first. But again, ఇప్పుడు నేను bytesplash.in enter చేస్తే అది ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎలా వెళ్తుంది? You know that if you are trying to call phone, it will be transferred via signals. గాల్లో వెళ్తుంది, you know that. Wireless అంటే that is radio frequency waves, right? I will see 5G frequency. It's in spectrum band అంతుంది. It will be low band, mid band. 410 to 7125 megahertz. So now basically everything మనకి ఇప్పుడు we are calculating some solid into kgs. We are calculating some liquid into milliliters. We are calculating spectrum waves into hertz, megahertz and gigahertz. Now wireless communication is a frequency, it's a radio frequency. మీరు రేడియో ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీని గిగాహెర్ట్జ్ లో చేంజ్ చేస్తే నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్ మైట్ కమ్ విచ్ ఇస్ 6G. నౌ communication also might be faster than the previous generation. You got my point? But now, so అలా ఉన్నది ఇలా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. Go to paint. Okay, I will show you very clearly. So now talk about this paint. I have something. Okay, I have this small area. Okay, this is the screen. This is screen అనుకోండి, right? Tell me, I'm just printing something. This is a diagram. Okay, I have the particles which is having more space between one and each other. You got my point. These are the light particles, light emitting diodes అనుకోండి, LEDs అయినా. So I can able to see the picture, but lower in resolution. Ante there are very less particles near to near, so that I don't have much clarity. Now tell me, communication is also, it will take more time between one particle to another particle. Now tell me, if I have more particles residing with one each other, I have more clarity, right? నాకు ఎక్కువ క్లారిటీ ఉంటుంది కదా. If I have more clarity, then particles will be filling there. You got my point? అంటే clarity increase అవుతుంది. Then if more particles are together, then communication is also more faster. So now again, file size, audio file size, video file size, that size pixels will change. That will be increasing in the size of it also based on the particles. With that, resolution also will change. You got my point? With that, your downloading and uploading content size will also change. ఈ particles అన్ని ఎలా వస్తాయో చెప్తా, no problem. You understand till this point, everyone? Are you getting me? This is the last concept. After that, I will generalize and start the C# introduction and all. So now, ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ జీరోస్ అండ్ వర్క్స్ లోనే వర్క్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు? ఎనీవన్ నోస్ కెన్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ మీ ఆల్సో ఇఫ్ యు రిమెంబర్. నితిన్, షాహుల్, చక్రధర్, మల్లీశ్వరి, హిరణ్య 1, హిరణ్య 2. You understand హిరణ్య 1 and హిరణ్య 2?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే. సో now ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ జీరోస్ అండ్ వన్స్ లోనే ఎందుకు వర్క్ అవుతుందో I will tell you basically, because that is the important concept. So nobody will tell you this important day 1 class, because with that your subject will not be fulfilled. You don't know what is happening if you are talking to the other person. In reality means that's no use after learning something. It's fully doubted, right? So now computer will works in zeros and ones. It will be very clear. I will execute each and every step. So now you are consuming 1.5 GB per day. You know that. That is 1024 MB per GB, right? That will be 1 GB. You know that. Again, 1024 KB equal to 1 MB, right? You know that. Again, 1024, it's kilobytes, it's megabytes, it's gigabytes. You know that. Again, 1024 bytes equal to 1 KB. Antena? You understand this concept, right? 1024 enduku? We will come to that point. So the thing is here, computer will works in zeros and ones, binary. It will be 2 or 1. The thing is, if it's not working on binary, so then definitely something will break. ఎందుకో చెప్తా చూడండి. సో ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ 2 లో వర్క్ అవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి. సో if it is working on 1, then 1 will be always 1, 100 times also. It will be 1 only. If it is working on 2, then 2 plus 1 will become 3. Again 3 plus 2 will become 5. Again 2 plus 2 will become 4 again. There is a combination of all numbers. Again 3 plus 2 will become 5. Right? Again 5 plus 1, 6. Again 6 plus 1, 7 will come. 7 plus 2, 8. 7 plus 2, 9. Again 6 plus 2, 8. 4 plus 4, 8. 5 plus 3, 8. All possible combination will come. 9 plus 1, 10. Every number is satisfied. Now if you start with 3, you know 1 will come, but 2 is missing. Again 4 will come. 5 will come. 7 will come. See, it will be only odd numbers, like kind of. There are 2 powers are missing always. You got my point. 2 itself is missing. If 2 itself is missing, then almost all, even numbers, most of the times it will be missing. If I talk about 3, 4, 3 is missing, 2 is missing. Now done. You no need to go forward. If I talk about 5, it will be only half of the tens. Half of the tens. Now 4, 3, 2, all are missing. If you take 2, everything will come. So that is how it's decided in olden days. How it will come, I will tell you. It's in 2 powers. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, and 2 power 7. Ante, clear. So now you see all the combination numbers will come here. 2 power 0 anta 1 only always. 2 power 1, 2. 2 power 2, 4. 2 power 3, 8. 2 power 4, 16. 2 power 5, 32. 2 power 6, 64. 2 power 7, 128. Again 2 power 8, 256. 2 power 9, 512. 2 power 10, 1024. Now is the reason why only you can able to get as round off as to 1024 for the round off, right? Otherwise 1000 you cannot cut that piece. If you cut that piece, it will become short circuit and it will be blasted, right? That will not happen always. If 2 unwanted points are touching means definitely that will raise, that will raise the sparkle, then it will, destroy that hardware component. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూ క్రియేటెడ్ int a ఈక్వల్ టు 10 అనేది ఒక వాల్యూ స్టోర్ చేశారు. డూ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్. ఫస్ట్ 10 తీసుకున్నారు. 10 ప్లస్ 10 ఈక్వల్ టు ఇస్తే 20 వచ్చింది కదా. ఫస్ట్ మీరు స్టోర్ చేసిన 10 వీటిలో ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది? కెన్ ఎనీవన్ 10 మీద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ దిస్? అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఇవన్నీ తీసేయండి. మనకేందంటే 8 ఉండేది. ఓకేనా? 9th రావాలంటే యూ వాంట్ టు టేక్ 2 bytes. ఓకే, రైట్. సో 10 అంటే 8 and 2 is occupied, right? అర్థమైంది కదా? 8 and 2 is occupied. 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. Oh, this is also 0. Okay, see, 4th place is 8, 2nd place is 2. This is the value of 10. Now again I want to increment 1. 10 plus 1 11. I can change this to 1 again. I want to increment 2. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్న 2 కాస్త 4 ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయ్యి 0 అవుతుంది. అంటే దిస్ విల్ బికమ్ 0, దిస్ విల్ బికమ్ 1. ఇట్ ఈస్ చేంజింగ్ ఇంటర్నల్లీ. నౌ దిస్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ 13. అంటే 8 to 4, 12 plus 1 13. Again 14. This will be erased to 0. This 2 will become 1. All the possible numbers will be followed. Now what is the total value of this? 255. If I want to store more than 255, I want to occupy 1 more byte. Means it will start from 2 power 8. 2 power 8 kada. Means 2 power 8 నుంచి 2 power 15 వరకు. అంతే. I got my point. That it will be accumulated side by side as byte by byte. So 2 bytes. అదే 1024 bytes పక్కన పెట్టండి. It will become 1 MB, right? Again 1024 megabytes పక్కన పెట్టండి. It will become 1 GB. So this is how it will be calculated. So మీరు ఏది స్టోర్ చేసినా it is finally zeros and ones. ఇందాక ఒక క్లాస్ జరిగింది, జావా క్లాస్. ఐఎమ్ అప్లోడింగ్ వీడియో ఫైల్ అండ్ ఆడియో ఫైల్. ఐఎమ్ షోయింగ్ ద zeros and ones finally for them in the code. That day will come into Dotnet also, right? Soon or later in the next week. This is how it will calculate. Now I will show you how the audio and video will, directly converted into the code. I will tell you, no issues. So image to base 64. I want to show you in live how it will be converted. I will upload one image, okay, or image, whatever it may be. Okay, here image will be fine. This WhatsApp image I will upload. See, I want to convert to base code. See, I am just copying this code. This is the base byte code, I can say. Now tell me how this will convert to zeros and ones first, right? ఇది ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ అవుద్దంటే, the thing is we have ASCII table. This is the first class and the first concept in our graduation. Basically ASCII table అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. This is the first day. See here,
Small
if you
a,
talk about, so మీరు ఇదంతా చూసుకోండి, everything will be there. Do inspect it and take the original image. You can get the original image always, okay? PNG. సో ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఇక్కడ మనం కన్వర్ట్ చేసిన బైట్ కోడ్ ఇక్కడ 9J స్లాష్ ప్రతి దానికి వాల్యూ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయండి. స్లాష్ వాల్యూ ఎంత? 47. డెసిమల్ అంటే న్యూమరికల్, ఇక్కడ అదొక్కటే తీసుకోండి. 9 వాల్యూ ఎంత? ఇట్స్ 57. అగైన్ 4 వాల్యూ ఎంత? యు నో 52, రైట్? అగైన్ క్యాపిటల్ ఏ వాల్యూ 65, క్యాపిటల్ బి 66, స్మాల్ ఏ 97, రైట్? ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టార్టింగ్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ న్యూమరికల్. ఇదంతా నేను క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే నాకు ఎంత వస్తుంది? సమ్ ఇలా వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. యు గాట్ మై పాయింట్? ఇలా వచ్చింది. దాన్ని బై 1024 వేస్తే మనకి ఏమవుతుంది? కిలోబైట్స్ అవుతుంది. అగైన్ వచ్చిన దాన్ని మళ్ళీ 1025 వేస్తే మెగాబైట్ అవుతుంది. అగైన్ ఇఫ్ యూ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ దట్ అండ్ అగైన్ యుల్ డూ 1024, దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ జీబీ. అది ఎలాగా? మీరు 1 బైట్ అంటే 255 కదా. సో if you want to get the 1024 bytes, you can get like this. Then it will become kilobyte. అలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకొని you will get the points. Finally, that will occupy that particular, that much space. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు కావాలంటే చూడండి, నేను దీన్ని రీబ్యాక్ తీసుకొస్తా. సో I copy pasted this, okay? I will copy paste this to some other website. Base 64 to image అంటే రివర్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అంటే రివర్స్ వెళ్దాం మనం. Copy paste the same and decode the image. You will get the image, right? నేను ఇక్కడ ఏదైనా చేంజ్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, it will be blasted. సో ఫైల్ ఎర్రర్, సంథింగ్ చేంజ్ అయింది అనుకోండి, కన్వర్ట్ చేయలేదు. ఎందుకంటే మీరు ఫైల్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మిడిల్లో ఆగిపోతే యూ కెనాట్ రీడౌన్లోడ్. సమ్ టైమ్స్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఏ నాట్ ఫీజిబిలిటీ, దే కెనాట్ ఏబుల్ చెక్. అక్కడ బయట అక్కడ మిస్ అయింది, కంటిన్యూషన్ మిస్ అయింది అక్కడ. సో the original image will not come. So bytecode will be understood by only computer. You cannot understand that. Remember this point. So me then change it. Then English sentence, space తీయడానికి, it will not be continuation. It will break somewhere on this particular light particles, right? Those are near. That's why picture is very clear. If those are very far away, and it will take less size also. It's having 27.31 kilobytes, right? ఈ విధంగా దట్ ఈస్ ద పిక్సెల్ సైజ్ అనమాట. హైట్ విడ్త్, హైట్ వచ్చి 390, హైట్ ఓకే, విడ్త్ 390, హైట్ 510. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ ఇట్ విల్ బి స్టోర్డ్. ఫైనల్లీ ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు ప్రాసెస్ దిస్, we want back end server side with security, with login and everything. That's why server is developed by these programming languages. This we will call as high level programming languages. We will start the C#, right? C# we will be starting, and intermittently we will start UI also, right? Day by day. First, the C# is very important for us in market. If you are going for .NET jobs with 2+ also, you have the openings, right? Anyway, we will be following panels and all for closures within less time for more people. But again, .NET is 3 times faster than Java. It became platform independent, means .NET can run on Microsoft dependency, Windows, iOS, everything, Linux, etc. But before 7 or 8 years, .NET is not platform independent. That's why all the different levels of systems cannot able to use .NET. That is why it's still not able to beat Java from the last 20 years. Now it's beating Java because of its speed also, because of its cross platform. Multiple platforms can able to run and develop and deploy, right? This is because of the .NET is taking over the market now. 2025 is purely .NET. Purely .NET. From some payment gateways like TCS, Danske Bank, some of the banks are already using .NET as well. JP Morgan Chase and Co also is using .NET now. Citibank also is using .NET. So they will use the new projects with .NET, but existing projects migration and all will take years. Endukante if you just disturb one system, the whole everything will be down within minutes. Then there will be huge crores of loss for the ongoing things. అది జరగకపోతే ఎందుకు లాస్ వస్తుందంటే, you need to give salaries to the employees. Operation might not happen. commissions will not come, daily income will not be generated. So that is loss for the company, right? Still, that's the same generally if you think of. So that is where why I explained all this concept, because the general concept if we understand, then you can able to logically think, okay, this is what happening. If I trying to write something, this is because of that. With that we can able to drive forward. అది నీకు తెలియాలి, you know that. నీ సిస్టమ్ ఎందుకు హ్యాంగ్ అయిందంటే యువర్ ర్యామ్ కెపాసిటీ is 8 GB, you are already opened PUBG and everything, and your RAM capacity is full. మీరు ఏదైనా ఓపెన్ చేసినప్పుడు దాని సైజ్ ఎంత ఉందో అంత ర్యామ్ లోడ్ అవ్వాలి. You got my point. Then if your RAM capacity is full, then nothing is there to open the new. There is no space. It will try to open it, but it will fail. Infinitely it will try to open, it will fail. Processor will try to do your instruction only, but it is failing. Because of that, other operations will not work, because one operation is trying to take the memory which is already not exist. అది ఇన్ఫైనైట్ లూప్ లోకి వెళ్ళి ట్రై చేస్తుంది, ఇంకో యాప్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలి, ట్రై చేస్తుంది, మీరు స్క్రోల్ చేసింది, కానీ అది స్క్రోల్ అవుతుంది, నిదానంగా అవుతుంది. బట్ అగైన్ ఇట్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు అలకేట్ ద మెమరీ, రైట్? ఆ మెమరీ లేనందువల్ల నీ మెమరీ ఫుల్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు ఓపెన్ ద న్యూ ప్రాసెస్ ఇన్ ద ర్యామ్. దాన్నే వోల్టైల్ మెమరీ. మీరు స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తే అన్ని క్లోజ్ అవుతాయి, బికాస్ ఇది వోల్టైల్ మెమరీ. మీరు స్టోర్ చేసింది హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. దాన్ని ర్యామ్, దాన్ని రోమ్ అంటాము, దీన్ని ర్యామ్ అంటాము. దట్ ఈస్ వై యువర్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఆల్సో విల్ హ్యాంగ్. That is also you need to remember. Anta data vallane, right? You know that WhatsApp will get more data than ever than any other apps. You know that. You got my point. So you understand this concept and go through this step by step, right? అర్థం చేసుకొని చూడండి ఒకసారి ఈ రోజు అంతా. Then you'll get more knowledge, right? Is everyone clear till this point? We will start C# execution and all from tomorrow. We'll execute everything. Just explore all this. This recorded video will be uploaded and given URL to you in the unlisted, so that you can